Hey man, this is Brother Chad with G.C.B. Sunday. Ain't hopping nothing up today, just doing routine maintenance. I got an 03 Silverado 1500. Has 4.8 in it. One of my knock sensors are going bad. Whenever it acts up, I lose all takeoff power. It's an easy job, but I also noticed the other day at the gas station that the rear end was leaking differential oil from one of the wheels. It's been a long week, my only day off, and I'm here. Gotta do routine maintenance. I'm gonna show you the truck, and then we'll get to it. This truck here is an 03. Has 305,000 miles on it. As you can see, it's not a perfect truck. Paid $4,000 for this truck, and it's gonna be my demo truck once I get the tuner. You know, I got back glass issue, I got paint issues, you know, I mean, but this is what killed me. I don't like buying vehicles, but right there, stopped at the gas station, and that's what I found. It smelled real bad. So now I gotta sit there and redo it. But it's not a bad truck. Runs great. Interior is not in bad shape. But when you buy a used vehicle, it's you're buying someone else's problems. It had a massive oil leak. Couldn't find out what the oil leak is. So I pressure washed everything. Didn't put any shine or treatment on the motor. I wanted to find out where the oil leak was. And there's one oil leak. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there, I don't got a light on me. Right there in the valley pan. You see it more when I take the intake off, but that's what's leaking. There's a valley pan. Knock sensors are real easy. I buy everything from AutoZone, Duralast brand. That's the knock sensors. I only got one triggering, but I'm going to buy two. Yeah, I'm going to replace both of them. You know, it's the gasket here. It's supposed to be right, hopefully, and then we got to change out. Of course, you always got to replace the intake gaskets. I got the differential seal. I got the outer axle seal. And my AC was acting up. Replaced the blower motor resistor. Still acting up. So I found out that the pigtail was burnt up in one of these prongs. But like I said, when you buy a used vehicle, sometimes you're buying someone else's problem. Now $4,000 to me, I thought was a lot of money for this, but the price of vehicles are so high right now. This is gonna be my my guinea pig, more or less, because I want to cam it up. I want to put the aftermarket intake on it. I'm waiting for the tuner to come in the mail so I can play around with the tuner. I'm gonna save the original program and then start hopping this up. And this truck's gonna be my guinea pig. So I'm gonna get set up, and then we're gonna get it done. All right. The 4.8s and the 5.3s and the 6.0s are all basically same motors. They come apart the same way. I'm willing to bet the knock sensors have rust on them, you know, because they sit right there on top of the valley pan. So we're gonna get this tore down, and I'll show you what I come across. As bad thing is all this has to be disconnected because the manifold here, the intake, has to come off. And that's going to be a pain. But it should be faster than the differential on the back. Even though this thing has 305,000 miles, it didn't scare me on buying it. Because 9 times out of 10, they have been changed. I go by condition of the vehicle and what the oil looks like. And from what I seen, everything checked out good. You know, the inside's in really good shape for 305,000 miles. But still, you buy someone else's problems when you buy a used vehicle. Oh man, this hasn't been off for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery so my throttle body don't give me no issues. I got electronic, didn't want electronic, wanted the cable, but you can still do the same stuff with this one as you can with the other ones. Let's do it. I don't know if you can hear me the fan going, but as you can tell, it ain't an easy process to get to that intake. A little trick with injectors is when you unplug those so you don't break the clips, which a lot of folks do, you push down and then push that clip and then pull up. Because if not, they're not gonna come out. It looks like I'm gonna have to remove the alternator. So I'm gonna unbolt my throttle body also once I get all the wire disconnected, the fuel lines disconnected. But as you can tell, it's a lot of work to get to it. So I'm gonna look for my flashlight and be right back. I'm going to show you something. Alright, right here, see you got little holes right there, the vent. It's the vapor hose or vent hose, whatever you want to call it. You got one on that side, and you got one on this side. It goes right to the radiator. What I'm going to do is unplug it from this side, and I'm going to shove a spark plug right inside that hose. You know, so I don't gotta concern about draining my coolant or anything. Alright, apparently no coolant came out, so that tells me I got another issue. I'm going to bet I got a clog somewhere, but we're just about there. I think I'm about ready to take off the intake. This right here, I'm going to have to fish it out because I can't get to the clip in the back on this. So let's get the wiring off to the side and start unbolting the intake. Before I take the intake off, even though I pressure washed it, this side I couldn't get real good with it. So it's always smart to take an air hose. This motor's covered in sand. I mean, all up underneath the hood, up underneath it. So someone lived down an awful dirt road. But you always want to blow the trash out because you don't want that in your motor. So I'm gonna get that done, and then finish taking off the other bolts. Alright. Now let's continue getting that off. One thing I like to say, any grinding or anything, you want to use safety glasses, not safety squint. You know, a lot of folks squint, you can still get trash in your eyes. Thing. Get my brake booster back and set up. I don't think I gotta remove my radiator. I mean, I don't think I gotta remove my alternator. Look at the goodies I got here. That's years of buildup. Right here, here, and there is where the knock sensors are. But all this has to be vacuumed out and double check these valleys, make sure that nothing fell in them. Because if anything falls into here and gets into the motor, it's shot. But that's years of buildup. So I'm on to bet when I pull this up, there may be oil in there or rust in there. But that's pretty bad. So let me break out the vacuum and get that done. Alright, now you're going to want to inspect the hose. Fortunately, we got a little bit of sand down in there. Alright, the rag's in here. You can finish cleaning it, and then all you got to do if any trash falls on, you pull the rags out and all the trash will come back out with it. Alright, now let's get down the dirt. About 8:20 where it's 11:20 where I'm at. It's already 90 degrees outside. So it is hot. Alright, I'm gonna get those caps off. Looks like that first one's been changed. Alright, my code was knock sensor. My code was knock sensor. Wow. I don't think you need a close-up like that. Alright, the code that I got, it was knock sensor, bank 2. It was even short or failed. Someone changed the first one. But why you want to change them both when you gotta go through all this stuff, I don't know. But I'm gonna try and show you that back one. That back one has rust on it, which means it got moisture and water. It is an aluminum engine, so it does create moisture. Well, I'm gonna try and show you. If I can't show you once I pull it out, I'll show you. That's bank 2. All that trash, really can't see it too good on the camera, but all that trash in there, that's rust. That's from moisture. Now bank 1 has been changed before. So once again, I don't know why you would change one and not the other. They're only $20 a piece, $30 a piece. I forgot what I paid for them, but they weren't much. You know, so why wouldn't you just change both of them when you gotta go through all this trouble? Hey, you seen how nasty it was up underneath here? There's still gonna be a bunch more cleaning, but I'm gonna get the sensors out, get this valley pan off, because I know the gasket's leaking. That's where my main oil leak was from on this engine, was this valley pan. I seen it just pouring out from the front, you know, after I would drive it for a good bit of time. So I'm gonna get the knock sensors out, and then I'm gonna get the valley pan off, get all that clean, and get that all back together, and then clean that, and then get this mountain of stuff back on it. Alright. This is the first one. Been replaced before. That's bank 1. That's bank 2. Why wouldn't you replace them both? Now, even though this one looks new, I'm still going to replace it because I don't want to go through all that work again. So let's get the valley pan off, see what inside the motor looks like. It's a 10 mil. I can't believe that. I'll try and vacuum some of that stuff out. Alright, let's get it opened up. That bad boy's in there good. And that rubber seals are in there really good. Oh, that seals are good. Alright, I see some issues. Let's see what we see. That's a good sign that the valley's clean. The valley's really clean. That's a really good sign. No trash, no dirt. But that right there, got some heat on that cam. So this ain't the motor I'm planning on keeping it in this vehicle. This motor's gonna be redone. But you can see the marks right there in the cam. See the light wear marks there. That's a little concerning, but that's standard for what we have. So I'm gonna clean the valve. I'm gonna clean that cover, get those gaskets off, and then clean that. You know, the top of the heads, and then we'll be right back and we'll put it all back together. It's just repeat the teardown process, but in reverse. Like I said, this ain't a hopped up video. This ain't making something fast. It's just routine maintenance. And it's a pain in the rear. But why someone only changed one knock sensor instead of two knock sensors, that just blows my mind. I mean, for a few dollars more, you get them both. Like I said, I got two new ones because even though that front one's a new one, I'm gonna change it because I don't want to go through this horse crap again. So I'm gonna take a break and be right back with you. Alright, it's an hour later. Finally got all the cleaning done. It's 102 degrees inside my building here. But as you can tell, you know, I cleaned everything. You don't have to use sandpaper along the heads like that line you see right there. It don't have to be out. You just need to build up off it. It's all I use is fine steel wool, you know, a little bit of carb cleaner. Now, like I said, this motor ain't the one that's staying in the truck. I just need it to get back and forth to work. So as hot as it is, I need to get it back together, get it running today. And then I'll do the rear end, start on it Tuesday after work, and then Thursday after work we'll finish it up. But let's get it done and let's get it back together. Alright, got these all cleaned up. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I got it all cleaned up. And what I want to do to prevent any moisture, and put a little bit of silicone around this, and then some silicone on top right there. I'm going to do that on both of them. You know me, if you watch my channel, you don't need a whole lot. You just need enough to seal it. More ain't better. took the longest was the intake. That intake was so nasty, it was unbelievable. But I already blew all the holes out. Once I get this in, I'll do a second vacuum and pull out those paper towels out as I'm vacuuming, so there's no chance of anything falling into my motor. Alright, bank one in first. I'm going to do bank two first. Bank one, the wire don't want to move, so I gotta use a screwdriver. Ain't going to fault me, but one for the home team. Alright, just to make sure it's sealed. A little bit on the ends. I don't know why bank two don't want to stay down. There we go. Alright, we got that done. Double do the vacuum. Alright, time for the intake now. And then we just put it all back the other way until it took apart. I found out the easiest way to put one of these back on is that start in the corners first. Get them started, and then you jump to the back corners. You know, because nothing lines up perfect. Like that, how it just popped back down. That's the spot it's supposed to be. Now normally I would have put some silver snot on this, that silver anti-seize, but because it only calls for 10 pounds of torque. You know, you don't want to take the chance of getting it on the rubber gasket, because that could cause it not to seal right. You know, it's only 10 pounds of torque is all it calls for. So I'm not worried about them seizing up in the head or anything like that. When I first put these down, I snug them. I always use a small ratchet. Small ratchets, it takes more effort to really force it on. So a small ratchet's actually perfect because you will not over tighten it. You always start in the middle and you crisscross. found my coolant leak. Show you once we get it all back together, common place that this leaks coolant. If you own a 5.3, you probably already had to replace this once before. Alright, I'm going to move to my longer ratchet now. I'm going to repeat the same process, but the difference is I'm going to hold up at the top, get it snugged, and just I'm going to do 1/8 of a turn, you know. I mean, that's it. And that should be about 10 pounds of torque. It don't take much. Like I said, just a small turn. That's it. I've been doing these intakes, the car, the big V8s like this for years, never had an issue. But I grab it up at the head, so I really got to use it. And I grab it at the end, just a small turn. Then you're golden, you're ready, you're good. What I'm doing, I'm just going back on them. Because it shouldn't really turn. Sometimes they'll still turn because you tighten down the other side. It's like any intake, you know, when you do them. You see how other ones, the last ones you've done, they really don't move. Alright, got the intake back on. I noticed I got sand in the my coil plugs, so I gotta grab it back again. I'm gonna do the easy side first. I had to pop some of these off because all the sand build up. Couldn't really get to it. Almost there. Goes back together 100 times faster. Now while I was cleaning everything, I pre-pulled this off. So I didn't have to fight with it to get it back in. So just fish it on back. You gotta rotate it a few times. Alright, next step, throttle body. Now the rubber on this is pretty good. When you got the throttle body off, it is a good time to clean it. And I got my flashlight. See all the build up there? They'll choke it down. You know, throttle response be slower. So all I'm gonna do is spray some cleaner on the rag, then steel wool it. That fine steel wool. Fine steel wool this, put just a little bit of silicone. I'm glad I didn't have to pull the alternator off. Came out through the passenger side with no problem. Alright, this is how you know when your throttle body's clean. I don't know if you can really see it. There should be, I'm trying to zoom in. See that light space? That's when you know your throttle body's clean. So when you're idling, you won't have no issues. Alright, battery died. Didn't know it. Everything's back together. But if you probably ran into this before, but the folks that never did, the 4.8s, 5.3s, 6.0s, I believe I want to say 6.2s. This is the common place that you're going to have issue leaking coolant. There's some light down there. See that hose right there? That's why I didn't have no coolant coming from the top, even though I got coolant, inside my reservoir. But that hose goes from the bottle all the way down to there. Then it tees off and goes all the way back up to the heater core. Want to know the bad thing about that hose? About $100. Last time I bought one from AutoZone, I think it was like 80 bucks, 60 bucks, but that was about what, 3 years ago? I mean, I'll have to find out. I'll keep you updated on the price of that hose. But all that's left to do is put the breather back on and turn the key. And see what how it done, you know. The biggest concern that you should have whenever you're doing this job is dropping something in the engine. I've done it one time in my lifetime on a 4.2. It was an 86 Ford F-150 V6 4.2. I'll never do that again. I check and double check and double check and double check. I make sure I put stuff in it or take stuff off. Run back smooth. Got to clear the codes. Till the knock sensors adjust. The biggest thing about the knock sensors is that it plays with your timing on it. So once I start driving it, the timing will readjust itself, and I should have no issues with it. But enough with the truck. I'm gonna try and unplug the camera. Well, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna bring the power supply box. Like I said, this engine here, it's just getting me back and forth to work. This engine is the one that's going to be going in it. It's been gone through. I painted it a Ford Mustang red. Yeah, I know it's a Chevy motor, but... And then, you know, I got this Cushman project here. You know, I done some videos on about the metal. You know, redoing the metal work on the front end. Then I got the box Chevy here. This is a full custom job. You know, I mean, I'm going to be redoing the whole thing inside out, you know. Got my chop top there. Windshield's cut down 11 inches. Got the Crown Vic suspension, front suspension in it. That's going to be a while. That's one of my project vehicles. That's going to take some time. Then I got my other Ford truck. It's a 70. You know, I got the Crown Vic suspension in this. Trying to get the Grand Marquis motor. You know, but this is going to be my latest project. A nice Buick convertible. 5.3 is going to go in it. Got some rust everywhere on this thing. Thought it was original paint, but it ain't. Check out this. That is some metal work from hell. But I got an English wheel. And then I may have to replace this corner. Because the lip is gone. And look at all that Bondo. I don't know why people use Bondo. But if this video helped you, like, subscribe. Like I said, I know I wasn't building nothing. It's just routine maintenance. I've been on this. Let me see what time it is. Ain't too bad. Started on it about 10:30 in the morning. You know, with the cleaning, tear down, put back together. It is now 1:40. So that ain't bad. You know, let me see. 10:30, 11, 12, 1. 3-hour job. You know, with an hour was just cleaning. I mean, cleaning the heads. The next step on this truck is to fix the differential leak. I got a lot of project cars. I'm in that season where I get 1 day off a week, so you know, be short videos or you know, or just one, you know, just on Sunday's my only day off. So like everyone else, got a job, busting the butt, trying to make ends meet. This is Brother Chad, G.C.B, Gangster Custom Builds. Like and subscribe. Share with a friend. And I hope this video helped. Thank you.